right, I'm back with another segment here on TikTok Live at Bloom From Within Love. Those that are coming in good energy, greetings. Thank you for stopping by. Those of you out there that are decent motherfuckers, thank you for joining. Hope you are all right. I hope you are well. Hope you are processing this full moon energy with grace, elegance, strength. Certainly wish you well for my good souls out there. Beautiful souls, decent beings. Okay? Now as you're coming in, it says something good to look at. Something good to look at. Okay? Believe it or not, it has nothing to do with the screen. Okay? But something good to look at. It's all tying into the last couple of lives I did with you all today. Earlier, the first one was who's more to blame? The second one was, but can they handle the truth? And now, something nice to look at. We have all heard someone say this at some point. We ourselves have possibly said this. Everybody wants something nice to look at. Someone nice to look at, something nice to look at, right? Isn't that what everybody's in the hoopla about? Isn't that why everybody is taking their bodies through hell and back again to become something nice to look at? Isn't that usually at the heart of infidelity, right? It's usually money-based, image-based, or sex-based. Okay? Money-based, image-based, or sex-based. Something nice to look at. So as we're all asking ourselves the question, is it right or wrong? Well, it's neither right or wrong. Everybody wanting something nice to look at. And that nice is going to be different for each and every one of us. For some of us, something nice to look at is tall, dark, and handsome as a woman, or hell, don't matter, as a man. Tall, dark, and handsome, right? Conventional features in, Western standards, okay? Blonde, blue hair. If it's in the Caucasian sector, if it's in the the other sector, then it's y'all know, right? Goatee, okay, pecs, right? For the in terms of women, it's the conventional features, yes, and depending on what's trending for this month. Or this decade or this year, right? Then it's certain features. So if it's trending to be super thick, then it's being super thick. If it's trending to have a huge ass, then it's a huge ass. If it's trending, so everybody wants something nice to look at. This is usually what creates the wandering eye, isn't it? Like, think about it. In most of our situations, where did the wandering eye begin? It's people who have a tendency to like something nice to look at. And even though they may have something nice to look at currently, it's that old adage of, ain't nothing like strange, right? You get comfortable with the nice to look at that you have, right? You start to want new nice to look at, better nice to look at, right? We start going down the realm of fantasy. We're tying this live into the last two. Because all of us prospectively in these scenarios need to be very careful and mindful of all of this. Something nice to look at. Own up to that part of yourself, but understand the kind of rat race you're going to be putting yourself through. Because if you're always looking for something nice to look at, you're always wanting something nice to look at, there's going to be this energy of you're just never going to be satisfied with what you have. And it's up to us to just simply understand that. Because how many of us have heard the story where a person gets the nice, they get it. And then for whatever reason, they get it, that they attained, they worked so hard to get, they finally get, let's just say, play with it for an example, they finally get that something, air quotes, something nice to look at. Finally, boom, bitch. Man or woman. But then it starts to lose its fervor. It starts to, you're no longer as excited about that something nice that you broke your back damn near to get. Then you're online and you're looking at something else nice. Ooh. See, if we don't own this, it's going to tie into those two scenarios I just talked about earlier. If we don't accept this part of ourselves and really look at it and just really take full responsibility and say, hey, I have a tendency. This is me. I have a tendency to chase nice things. I like something nice to look at. And then I'll get it, and then it's no longer exciting, and then I'm looking for something else even nicer, or I get it, and it turns out to be connected to some crazy energy, and I'm looking again for something nice to look at, or I get it, and it was a fantasy. It just wasn't quite what I thought. And so until we're willing to really look at that and own it, we're going to keep creating these scenarios. The lust, the wandering eye. Some people would say, ain't nothing wrong with looking and admiring something nice to look at, but that's not entirely true, is it? Not entirely. Not when we're in committed relationships. Because what is it doing? What is it sowing in your soul? An energy of lack. An energy of, I don't have what I need. I don't have what I want. I am not fulfilled. So hence why I'm scrolling all damn day. Looking for the next perfect ass. Looking for the next perfect set of tits. Looking for the next perfect pecs. Perfect tan. Perfect build. I'm wondering why I can't find satisfaction. Wondering why it's always so very short-lived. Until we become aware of that about ourselves, we're going to continue to create stories I talked about earlier. People get into commitments, people have marriages, people have situations, and what are they doing? Everybody wants something nice to look at. There's no harm with sitting down salivating over Instagram models all day. There's no harm. I'm not doing anything wrong. It can't be harmful. At least I'm not doing anything. I'm not dating them. I'm not touching them. I'm not screwing them. So there's no harm. Yes, there is. Because now all of a sudden, what you were once satisfied with, you can't get satisfied no more. You're not satisfied because you're too busy salivating over Instagram models. And then if you reach out to these Instagram models for fans only, and you think you have a shot, they give you the time of day. But these types, no disrespect, but most of the time, those types are what they are. So they may give you some play because they may see you as a simp, somebody they can manipulate. Okay, so you get the attention, you get them to respond to you. So then there's this thought in the mind of, ooh, I got the attention of an Instagram model. Ooh, I must be that motherfucker. No, you're not. And you'll find it out painfully anyway. They may, depending on their personal character and who they really are, they may give you some play. And they may screw you. They may fuck you. For the right price. And then you're right back at ground zero. After they run you ragged good and plenty, you're back at square one. And it all starts with everyone wants something nice to look at. Everyone enjoys a nice body. Everyone enjoys looking at, this is why people are taking their bodies through all sorts of shit in 2023. Yes? So here's the shit show. It's the hamster wheel. And then we wonder why we can't get any satisfaction. Constantly trading. You get one and wasn't what you thought, you're looking for another one. You buy the hype and the illusion because somebody paid you attention. Thinking that means they gonna be a decent, good partner. Hello. You forgot where you met them? You forgot how you met them? And you thought this was going to be something different? Oh, shit. See, if we don't look, I'm talking about the harder things because nobody wants to talk. Nobody want to look at that. It's like, what happened in these scenarios in which I talked about earlier? What's the background energy of it? First and foremost, let me just say this. A lot of times people are in long-standing situations because of culture, religion, okay, survival, with all sorts of reasons. And unfortunately, that be the reason why folks be in these situations to begin with. But it doesn't make it an excuse to be like, oh, everybody wants something nice to look at. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm just scrolling on Instagram and woo-de-woo. But you DMing though. So let's stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Okay? It serves us to find better ways here and looking at our drives. And being honest about it, because it don't do no good to try to slap on a belief system and thinking that that's something to change to get up. It don't do no good to have some cool sands, bitch, right? $4, bitch. You know, like all it, up. It ain't fooling nobody but yourself. We need to look at it. Hey, I have a gaping hole in my heart. I need to deal with that. Hey, I have some inner child woundings here that I'm replaying out. Okay, I'm still trying to get some approval. I'm still playing out these scenarios here. Hey, this is why I have addictions. You know, I'm trying to escape long-standing pain. And when relationships loses this new car smell, now we got to look at it. We got to look at it. It's lost a new car smell. When you buy a brand new car, those of us who have ever been privy to actually, you know, buy a brand new spanking car, it's just, it's like opening up. You smell it. It's like I don't know. It's like something to do with all the new parts, bitch. Right? And you can almost never get that smell back. After a good month or two, it'll smell good. You can clean it and it does smell good, and you get the good, you know, you can get a good detail and all that, but it never seems to go back to that original new car smell that when you first got it. And it's not meant to, because you're having life with this car now. You're driving it. It's going places. It's being driven in the rain, sleet, and snow. It's going on the road. It's going in the woods and freeway, bitch. It's getting rocks, dents. You know what I'm saying? Snacks. You know what I'm saying? Sex. For some of us. Some of us like to break them in, bitch. Go ahead and christen this here car. Right? Put some memories. But so you lose it. So what, that car ain't valuable no more? You see what I'm saying? Because now when you go to the car lot, you see other new cars. Ooh, look at these new cars. Look at the 2050 edition, bitch. 2050. Other new cars, bitch. Ooh, that's better. Let's turn this one in, bitch. Upgrade. We're treating relationships and people like cars. We be like, you see the 2050 version? Bye, bitch. And wonder why we can't find no satisfaction. Wondering why that shit is short-lived. Wondering why somebody got nothing but a trail of bad karma fall on our ass around. Everybody wants something nice to look at. Ain't nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with scrolling on Instagram. I don't see nothing wrong. Dun, 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 dun. That's what we tell ourselves. I don't see nothing wrong. With scrolling on Instagram. I don't see nothing wrong. Oh, shit. Then we get a little attention. Now we think we're the motherfucker. Until we find out that we being played too. until we find out. Okay? Everybody likes something nice to look at. Everybody wants something nice to look at. And you know what? There's a lot of truth in that. Okay? And like I said earlier in this live, a lot of us got in shit in our struggle. We got in shit with people when we were young, before we knew who we were and what we really wanted. We got in shit with people because we were told, hey, this is the type of person you ought to be with. Be with them, settle down, marry them, have children. Okay? We got in things because it seems logical, and we made it work. Okay? We made it work. We chose to commit to certain things, and we made it work. And then what happens is this. We start waking up, we start healing, we start transforming, or we start maturing, we start growing up, we start coming into our own, we start figuring ourselves out, we start realizing, the life we chose is not the life we wanted. We start realizing that, we were never attracted to somebody, and we were just in it because it just seemed fitting. And this is where the complications come in. In my opinion, this is where all of that wandering eye and scrolling and all of this stuff started taking place, because we start searching. Because we realize, this is not what I want. This is not the life I want. This is not what I want to be with. This is not who I want to be with. But I'm here because I chose to be here, and everybody says that I'm supposed to make it work and I'm supposed to stay loyal and committed. But we're not being loyal and committed if we're not being fully vested in these relationships, though. That's the thing. We're cheating ourselves. We're cheating the other person as well. So the thing about it, it's tying into the last video. We have to be willing to face off with all of that. And it's going to be uncomfortable. And there's going to be tears. And there's going to be screams and yells and all sorts of things, because people are going to feel some kind of way. But we have to be willing to accept that too. And we may not want to hear, you know what I'm saying, people react, right? But we have to be willing to accept that too, because if they built a life with you, right? Y'all know I play devil's advocate back and forth. If you built a life with them, they built a life with you. Okay, under the illusion of you're happy and it's what you want, but you never were. And in the name of keeping up an image or a facade and just doing what people are expecting of you, you stayed in the name of, I'm just going to be loyal and committed to this. But you're not loyal and committed when we're not vested. If we're not fully vested, we already lost it. We've already lost the loyalty and the commitment long before we chose to fully walk out. We're starting to scroll. We're starting to entertain conversations that are not proper. We're starting to salivate over other people instead of being fully present in the connections in which we have. We started to, stay gone longer, picking fights, all sorts of shit. So we're already not loyal and committed. The moment we started going there, everyone wants something good, nice to look at, but choosing to stay in other things because it's fitting and it's logical. That's not fair to anybody. So we have to accept that, hey, these people are going to react. They're going to respond. They're going to cry. They're going to fall out because I sold them the pipe dream. I've been here living in this situation with them, knowing full well after I started healing, awakening, transforming, developing, maturing, and coming into my own, I come to realize that I chose for the wrong reasons. And instead of being as painful and awkward as it is, instead of dealing with that with the person or dealing with it, expecting them to just sit there and look at you. So we all have to be able to accept what comes with it. If you've basically created something with somebody and now you got to tell them the hard truth, can you handle their reaction? I said earlier, they can't handle the truth, but can you handle their reaction? Because they are deserving of it. I'm talking about in the healthier scenario, in a healthier sense. Okay, because there's a point where the cutoff has to cut off. It's like, boom, bitch. In a healthier sense. Okay. In the healthier sense, they have a right and should be honored to give their response and their reaction to the bomb that you drop on them. Because you're going to have to drop a bomb that, hey, you've been playing like you were attracted to them this whole time. You've been playing like they were your dream come true this entire time. And maybe even if you were not playing, but the reality is that's what the person was being sold, even if you were not playing. So being fair to allow their reaction is like, hey, you're dropping a bomb on them. Okay? Grant them that. And see, I'm saying all this stuff collective because I find humans to be fascinating. I say this because I discovered some stuff about my own soul. So I'm only part human. But humans, fascinating. They can do a whole lot of mischief, but they can't really handle happening to hear the reaction or responses from the people in which they have done the mischief, which is very childlike. It's childlike and a little bit cowardly. Okay? Because it's like, where was all of that concern when they were doing hurtful things to people? Maturity is learning how to be able to kind of handle it all. Okay? And you know what I'm saying is, I had a dream, collective, and it was last night. I had a dream about an old friend of mine. An old friend. That once upon a time, at a different time and season of my life, I thought was my best friend. That's not what I'm trying to do. Damn it. Okay. Oh shit. As I was saying, I had a dream last night about an old friend from another phase of my life a long time ago. That once upon a time I actually thought they were my best friend. It's when I was on a different kind of a path. And in this dream, I guess, I don't know if this is fast forward, if she ended up getting married or ended up dating somebody or something like that. But the irony is, it seems like she was coming to me for counsel. And somehow I was trying to talk to the both of them about a situation, which is weird. The guy seemed like maybe he was a little bit more rigid, a little bit more resistant, a little bit more problematic. And I asked him a question, and then I turned around and asked my former best friend. I said the same question, and her response is she gave him her whole heart. Her response was she handed him her heart, her everything. And I don't know why I had that dream. And I don't know why I was in this particular dream. I was like some kind of teacher or some kind of counselor or some kind of therapist. I don't know. And I found it fascinating that it was my old, long time ago friend. So maybe whoever this, this person, this old friend of mine, maybe they're having marital problems. Maybe the person is cheating on them, or maybe they're, almost getting married and there's some issues there happening. Why am I sharing this right now? And how is this tying into this conversation? Because I feel like in the dream, it has something to do with lust. Or somebody maybe stepping out or looking elsewhere or not happy with the situation or something. And this is why I advocate everybody. Listen, I'm not here to challenge you and tell you who you ought to be. In fact, I'm here to challenge you to tell you that you have a right to be who you are, and learning this lesson will help over time from choosing things that are not really fitting, and then it creates all of these massive issues. Somebody stepping out. Somebody, all this crazy shit. It's like, well, I was taught we were supposed to do this, and I waited. I gave them my everything. Yeah. My beliefs told me I'm supposed to. And this person ends up, yeah. But see, we got to take responsibility for it, don't we? And this is why I make common statements like this all the time. You the one got to live with your life. You're the one that's got to live with the decisions you make. Not the pastor, not the prayer lady, not the Reiki master, not the tarot reader, not the whoever we are allowing to tell us what to do this week. You're the one. All of us on all sides of this thing is going to have to learn how to grow and heal and take full accountability and responsibility for our decisions and our roles in this stuff. Most people got in shit for all the wrong reasons. I'm going to go on a stretch and say there's maybe 80% of folks that they got in shit from high school and they just stuck with it. Okay? It's what they were taught. They stuck with it. They made it work. And it looks admirable, but nobody sees the behind the scenes and the secrets of the scenarios, do we? They stuck together. It became more of a business than anything else. Okay, so we might as well stop fanning on shit, because we're the ones that's got to live with the decisions. People got in stuff in the struggle. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But see, there are some situations where sometimes that's the only reason why a motherfucker's there. Like, they ain't even feeling you. Shit. They was only feeling you because they needed somewhere to live, bitch. And that was the basis of the whole get up. Boom, I can get some free T-Mobile, bitch. I can get some free shit. I can get somewhere I live, bitch. We have to own it. For some of us, it's situations where we just had children with people, and that became the, we had sex, we got pregnant, or they got us pregnant, or you got them pregnant, and it became, we have children, and that's the shared thing, but that's about it. We need to own that too. Being loyal and faithful in connections goes beyond, it's beyond just managing to either keep our legs closed or just managing to keep our penis in our pants. It's deeper than that. Because before the legs open and the penises, insert, something led up to that. Something led there. Conversations. Hey, conversations. Swiping left and right. You know what I'm saying? The salivating, the fantasizing, the romanticizing. It all led it started there. It happened in the mind. It happened. And I'm not saying this is bad or otherwise. It's just that if we're not living mindfully, and we're feeding fuel to the fury, we're feeding the monster, and not dealing with the issues, right? I'm just going to pretend like there's no issues, and we're just going to keep cheating on each other in secret. And we're just going to keep up our image and persona because we have a brand name and a reputation to try to uphold. And we're just going to keep doing that. See, all we have to do is start asking ourselves some questions in the background. Because sure, something seems innocent and harmless and no one's watching, but all we have to do is ask ourselves questions. Do we want our significant other to see us doing this? Do we want them to know? And if we squirm, that should be a compass to let us know what you're doing is not right. Because if you're able to be open and honest and you show the person or you tell the person, that's a little bit different, isn't it? But if the person has to find out on an accident, that wasn't a person being forthcoming. If the things that we're entertaining, for those of us that are in committed relationships or marriages, and if we ask ourselves, would we want the person to know and see this and find out full disclosure? And if the answer is no, we already know then that we're wrong, whether we want to say it out loud or not. And try to escape that by saying, everybody likes something nice to look at. Everybody likes something nice to look at. It's a coward's response, and it's not the truth. For any of you out there that you're finding out these truths right now in this season, because maybe I had the dream about this old friend, because maybe that's what they're going through at this time. They could be finding out that this person is not what they thought. So for any of you out there that you're finding out people were with you for the wrong reasons, they had secret lives, double lives, okay, secret affairs, secret families, and you're finding this out, I just want to say, I am sorry that you are going through that. I am sorry that you are feeling pain and that's what people did. But I'm going to also say congratulations, because now here's your opportunity to heal, and here's your opportunity to be free. Here's your opportunity to learn your own perspective lesson. And now here is your opportunity to be able to move on. So though I'm sorry, if this is you're finding this stuff out in this season, and you may be going through heartbreaks. And all I can say is, yeah, sure, I wish people had integrity. Sure, I wish people were able to handle things a lot differently and with a little more love and compassion for everyone involved. Absolutely. In a perfect 3D world, then that's how it would go. But that's not the nature of the reality on earth for most. Okay? Hopefully this serves your awakening. That's what I want to say about that. Hopefully it takes you to your true awakening. Hopefully it takes you to your true awakening. Not this fake shit we came already predispositioned and programmed with. But hopefully it takes you to your true awakening, your true healing, your true ascension, your true transformation, that you deal with your own inner child woundings, that you step into your own, and that you start to create your authentic truths and realities differently. Because though this is all painful, at least you're not in the dark anymore. Because see, the thing about secrets being exposed is it's shocking, daunting, some cases traumatizing. But the beauty of it is freeing, it is liberating. It allows for a clean slate. It allows for fresh perspectives and fresh starts and new beginnings. It's like cleaning out a basement or an attic. You know, pulling out all of the secrets, cutting the lights on, getting out all of the cobwebs, moving out all them old dusty boxes, and you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. You may be shocked at the discovery, maybe tiring, but as you do it, when you get towards the end, you feel airy, you feel lighter. You may even feel empty. And that may be uncomfortable at first. But the good thing about rock bottom, the good thing about losing everything, the good thing about having to start from scratch is you get to do just that, start over from scratch. And things no longer being built on a faulty foundation. And that's the beauty of it. So if you could just weather the process of that destruction, of these truths, this exposure, these secrets, these realizations, then you do get to the good part, which is you get to begin again. You're not living in the land of disillusionment anymore. You're not living a lie anymore. And that's what we want. We don't want to live lies anymore. We don't want to live a life that's only real on Instagram. It's only real for Instagram. It's only real for TikTok. It's only real for Twitter. It's only real for Facebook. That's as far as the realness goes, but it's not reality. When we click off the cameras after we've created beautiful posts, we want something real. And that's what destruction and starting from scratch offers. And though the human nature likes familiarity and comfort, it's comfortable to stay in a toxic familiar. It's not true fulfillment. And it leads to more pain, more loss, more destruction than necessary, as long as we continue to try to hold on to it. Everybody wants something nice to look at. But I can promise you, collective, there are people, as I'm talking to you right now, regrets looking for something nice to look at. I'm going to say it again. They regret looking for something nice to look at. Because that whole premise and thought, everybody wants something nice to look at, led them down a rabbit hole of chasing thrills and highs. Led them down the rabbit hole of entertaining streetwalkers, night walkers. Led them down the rabbit hole. Sex addictions, porn addictions. And listen, I'm no prude, so I'm not here to tell people that sex is bad and porn is bad. I'm just simply here to say that anything in excess, it can become destructive. There are many, as I speak, that are in regret for always looking for something nice to look at.